The end of January 2024 is already here, and January was one of the biggest months of dividend payouts I have had across all my portfolios combined, which is pretty awesome because it feels like on a pretty regular basis now I'm saying that. And this is probably because I've been building out core positions within my long-term portfolio very heavily over the past several months, which has garnered me more and more dividends consistently on a monthly basis as I've been making these videos. But in this video, we're going to go through every single dividend that I was paid throughout multiple of my dividend growth portfolios and show you exactly what those numbers look like. So if you're interested in seeing one of my biggest payout months of all time, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. I just finished my brand new dividend investing ebook where I share exactly how I went from zero to now over 7 figures invested, and also on how I earned more than $6,000 per month in dividends. I also finished my custom dividend tracker that you can use to track your dividend income progress on an ongoing basis. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of my dividend investing ebook and the new dividend tracker today. It's the first link in my description. So first off, in January, these were some of the dividends that were paid to me in one of my brokerages, and even though this is one of my smaller brokerages, relatively speaking, I still got some monster dividends in the month of January. So January 3rd, I got paid out my JEPQ dividend, which was $49.45 in this portfolio. I also got $58.43 from TSLY. Yes, I do own some shares of Tesla across my portfolios, but I promise you it's not that many shares. It's around 200 or 250 shares across all the portfolios. Next, we got our once in a quarter dividend payout from Altria Group. And even though I don't have that many shares of Altria across all my portfolios, in this specific portfolio, I do have a sizable position, so I did get paid. Next up, we got our monthly paid dividend from ticker symbol MAIN, or Main Street Capital. We got $29.28 from Maine. Then we got paid from our biggest single stock position across all the portfolios. From Realty Income, in this portfolio at least, we got paid $278.84, which is absolutely awesome. Next up, we got our once in a quarter payout from WP Carry, WPC. We got paid on $193.50 from WP Carry in this portfolio. Then we got paid from one of my favorite dividend ETFs, Devo. The Amplify ETF, $32.32 from Devo. We then got paid out $5.62 from BDJ, a small $5 payout from a money market account, and $3.30 from SVOL. So these were all the payouts that we received in the month of January from one of my smaller brokerage accounts. But still, like I said, even with just these payouts alone, I was able to gather a good amount of cash balance to then reinvest into more different stocks and ETFs in the month of January, which was pretty awesome. Next up, from one of my larger portfolios now, this was also all in the month of January. We got paid a dividend in this portfolio from Kimberly-Clark, $1.18. We then got a pretty sizable payout from JEPI, and this was on the 3rd of January also. We got $287.06 from JEPI. JEPQ in this portfolio paid us $118.92. Then Vici paid the quarterly dividend of $31.96. Then on the 8th, we got paid out from XYLD and QYLD, $53.58 from XYLD, and $136.04 from QYLD in this portfolio. Then we got some small dividends from AMZY, the YieldMax Amazon ETF, 37 cents there. APLY paid us $3.92. Coney, another smaller position relatively speaking, $8.08 from Coney. TSLY paid us $49.53 in this portfolio. We then got a 40-cent dividend from AWP, another $124.46 from ticker symbol MO, Altria Group. We then got our quarterly payout from one of my least favorite positions across all my portfolios. And also, side note, probably a position that I'm down the most on, ticker symbol MPW, $66.30 from MPW. Thank you very much. $239 from Realty Income in this portfolio. And side note, across all my portfolios now, I think I'm well over $700 per month just with Realty Income, which is amazing, but hopefully we can get to above $1,000 per month consistently over the next few years here. Then another $14.40 from ticker symbol Maine, 25 cents from ADC, $1.10 from HRZN. WP Carry paid us $41.28 in this portfolio. We then got $11.02 in this portfolio from UTG. DLR paid us $4.88. CEFD paid us $1.05. SPYI, one of my newer favorite positions that I've been slowly building up a little bit here. It's a covered call ETF. It's very interesting. Look into SPYI if you haven't already. $5.88 from SPYI. NewC paid us $2.26 in this portfolio. Then on the 31st, we got paid again from XYLD and QYLD. $58.05 from XYLD and $146.78 from QYLD. So QYLD paid a little bit more than even the previous dividend, which was awesome. Then on the 31st, we also got 40 cents from AWP. We got our $93 dividend from BDJ. BUI paid us $9.80. BST paid us our normal $125.75. 80 cents from RQI. ETJ paid us $24.26. Then JP Morgan, we got our quarterly payout from JPM, $105 from them. We got a $23.40 payout from SVOL. Then Devo paid us $163.96, another larger dividend payout from Devo, which is awesome. Then a 69-cent dividend from TRP. And then just a sneak peek for next month's recap video where I show you all the dividend payouts. We were paid $665 from ticker symbol VZ Verizon, which I think is my single largest dividend payout out of all stocks or ETFs as far as a one-time payout from a single asset. We were paid out our $665 from Verizon as of the 1st of February. So those are all the dividends that were paid in this portfolio in the month of January. Like I said, if you were to tally everything together, I think my dividend payouts month over month pretty consistently now are becoming to be larger and larger. And like I mentioned earlier, the reason being for this is that I'm taking all the dividend payments that I'm getting consistently on a monthly basis, which on average are somewhere estimated to be around $6,000 to maybe $6,200 per month. If you were to average out everything right now over a yearly basis, I'm using that around $6,000 every single month to buy more shares of more stocks and ETFs. And pretty consistently now, I've been using most of that money to buy more shares of SHD. I've been buying some shares of things like Realty Income. I even recently bought a bunch more shares of JEPQ, and of course the other normal daily buys of things like Main Street Capital, or even ticker symbol like EPD and others. But currently right now, that's where I'm at as far as monthly dividend income goes across all my portfolios more or less. And keep in mind, I only showed you dividends from a few portfolios. I do of course have other portfolios and other brokerages too, but just to keep this video concise and pretty short, I wanted just to share with you dividends from a few portfolios as they sit as of current. Now, throughout the rest of this year, I'm hoping to get to a point to where we can be closer and closer to $7,000 in dividends on a monthly basis, which is going to, of course, take a ton of reinvesting of all the dividends that I'm paid consistently throughout this portfolio, on top of probably some sizable deposits maybe later on this year. Now, lastly, I want to talk about something that a recent subscriber asked me. They asked me if, as a 31-year-old dividend growth investor that's currently earning over $6,000 in dividends monthly, more or less, of course, am I currently using these dividends to live off of, or do I plan on doing so anytime soon here? Now, my response to that was, as of right now at least, I am not using any of this dividend income to live off of. I'm still currently using active income to pay all my bills and other things. But that being said, over the next several years, I am planning on using at least some of this dividend income, maybe even up to 25 or 50% of this dividend income, to use for things like bills or to use as travel budget or just for any other life expenses. So that gives you an idea of why some of the positions are the way they are in this portfolio, and maybe some of the reason why I also invest into some higher yielder names, like things like QYLD, JEPP, or even JEPQ as a relatively younger investor. Now, of course, as time goes on, I could change my mind and I could maybe decide to hold off on using any of these dividends on a monthly basis and just keep investing them into more dividend paying stocks or ETFs, because really the longer you can hold out and the longer you can keep reinvesting, the bigger and bigger the snowball is going to get, generally speaking, which is exactly what I'm trying to build out with this portfolio as it sits current. But now that we went over most of the dividends I was paid, as far as the month of January goes, I want to hear from you guys down below. Out of all the dividends that you were currently paid out in the month of January 2024, which was your number one largest position? Drop it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it and subscribe for more picture content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.